Hello, I'm Kimberly with White Flag Recovery Yoga, and I'm here today to talk to you about upon awakening. And what do we do upon awakening as a person in recovery from anything, right? So we're all touched by addiction. At least that's what we believe at White Flag Recovery Yoga, that we're all touched by addiction either personally or by someone you know. So when we wake up in the morning, we've all heard how critical it is to start our day, right? With that, the first thoughts we think, the first actions we take are all setting the tone and the foundation for how our day is going to be. So all the more reason, especially if you're in recovery, right, that we're very mindful about how we start our day. It's like taking your medication, right? So I'm going to share with you Upon Awakening from the White Flag Recovery Yoga perspective. And then we'll also touch on it because there are pages in the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, but the 12 steps have been adapted in so many different ways, hundreds of ways, and helped millions of people recover from all sorts of addiction. But in this textbook on page 86 and 87, written back in 1937, they have a couple pages dedicated to Upon Awakening. So we wake up, right? And right away, we're all human beings, so we have that in common. And we're a species that's evolved over a long time, originally downloaded with software to survive, right? And to reproduce, right? To keep the species going. So we've evolved as a society and, but we're still downloaded with that software, which in a way is a relief because we wake up and we automatically are scanning for danger or what's wrong with the situation, right? What's wrong here? And, we don't have the same dangers for our survival of our species as we used to. There's not saber-toothed tigers. We're not sleeping outside like under a tree. We're, in our beds, but our software still wakes up and it's right away scanning for what's wrong with the situation, right? What's wrong here? And our mind will just latch on to, the things that we did yesterday, like what did we eat? Oh, I shouldn't have had that cookie, scanning for danger of the past, scanning for danger of the future, what's going to happen, and like totally missing out on the fact that you're alive. Wow, it's a miracle. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have little blocks for all that stuff. So the first thing is you come into consciousness, right? You even between that wake sleep state. And your first thing is, your mind might click on to negative thinking. And you're like, wait, I'm alive. I am alive. This is a miracle that this is even happening. And it truly is. Like the fact that we're on this planet, that this planet even exists in the most beautiful, harmonious way that it does, is just a miracle. And that it's evolved over millions of years. And we're dropping in here 2020, what's today, January 6th, 2020. We get this finite amount of time to be on this planet. It's a miracle. So let's flip that story, right? I'm alive. It's a miracle, right? Next thing you wake up. Let's get up and out. Yogi Bhajan used to say that laying in bed and just letting your mind think is like laying under the death cloak, right? The yummy duvet that we all like to be cozy under. And I love my bed. Don't get me wrong, but you get out, right? You're awake. So your feet touch the earth. And that's the next touch point for us is I'm on earth, right? You feel the weight of your feet on the earth. You're on a planet called Earth, spinning in space, rotating around a star called the sun. This is a miracle. Another moment of just gratitude, like I get to live today and I'm on this planet for this finite amount of time. Next step, we go to the bathroom. We take water out of the faucet, right? That's another miracle that we live in such a civilized culture where we get to turn on our water and it just comes out. So putting that in perspective, because there's many people that will wake up and not have running water and certainly not have clean water. So we take note of that as we take this warm or cold water and just douse it on our face, waking up, it's a new day, right? Nothing elaborate there, more gratitude. And then we take our tongue scraper, right? And everybody should have one of these. It's just a stainless steel. You can get these on Amazon, Whole Foods. Locally here, there's a great shop called Eucalyptus if you live in Charleston or Mount Pleasant. And it's really simple. You just rinse your mouth out and then scrape your tongue. And for me, while I'm doing that with the thought and the consciousness of let my words be pure and clean today. Let me come from honesty and love today. And, it's getting the bacteria. What it's doing too is literally getting the bacteria and cleaning your tongue, and very healthy. And then the next stop is the kitchen. So we're going to go to the kitchen. We're going to hydrate our body, our temple body. And I highly recommend filtered water. If you don't have filtered water, you can get like the old school Brita, and you can just keep that in your refrigerator. Or, you can go to Whole Foods and get a crock, which is, maybe $30. It's the ceramic crock. And then you can buy the big jugs of pH balanced, really good filtered water. And so filtered water, and then just room temperature, you drink a glass of water. And as you're doing it, another mindful note, you're hydrating your body, your temple body. This is the thing that's carrying you through this journey, this sacred journey, right? So awe and reverence for this temple, feeding it that nice filtered water, setting it up. And the best thing, if you like lemon and you can do it, is you want to slice a lemon and add a full lemon, squeeze a lemon into that water. And what that does is it sets the pH in your body, and you're like, well, that sounds cool. What's the pH? And it's basically the acidity. So it sets your tummy up to receive food and drink, and it just sets you up for success, your internal organs, and again, nourishing that temple and acknowledging it. So lemon is highly suggested. And now you have set the tone for a successful day. The next video, we're going to go over what we do next, right? Because then we have the circumstances of our day, and everybody's circumstances are different. That whole thing takes literally no time, and everybody can do that. Next, you might have to get kids to school, there's a myriad of different things that might have to happen. So the next video is going to be on what are your circumstances. We ask ourselves a few questions, and then we move from there, because we still have to set the tone further with connection, devotion, connection, and moving the body. So thanks for tuning into this video, which is Upon Awakening, and I'll see you soon.